All right, wildflowers. My sweet wildflowers and friends, parents and tutors. Here's our alphabet deep dive number 1. We're going to start with vowels. A. Yep. We could have used other colorful letters, but we're choosing to work smarter, not harder. This set right here that I recommended off of Amazon. The vowels are red, consonants are blue. So we're using that. And I've already pulled out the A. I'm going to start with the vowel sounds, actually. A's at the beginning. Why not start with A? We're starting with A. So, do I have uppercase? No. I have lowercase. What else do I need for today's activity? A highlighter. 1's fine. I need a marker. If you have kids doing it, you don't want permanent markers. You want washable kids markers. Don't let them pick the colors. They love colors. Between the blue and the black, always go with black. Black sticks out wonderfully on white. I also started letting kids use highlighters. Same rule. They stick with yellow. Yellow's the best for highlighting black, and you'll see why that's important later in the video. But look at how it makes it jump out. For kids that have a hard time distinguishing colors, the yellow can often make that black kind of jump out. And so I use a highlighter. I sometimes will use a pen or a pencil. Of course, little kids use a pencil. So I've got both of those. And of course, this is a dry erase board. Between all these cute colors, kids love them. If you have a group of 3 and 4 touring together, they'll fight over who gets what. But black. Yeah. When it comes to instruction and getting the basics down, black is your friend, highlighter and pencil. Yeah. I'm showing you how to tutor without spending a lot of money. You don't have to buy a lot of things. These all came from the dollar store. This is good. It says play school, colors and shapes. And there they are. Shapes. This is green. This is red. It has the shape and guess what? If we're going to use that for colors and shapes for our activity we're doing now, we want to cover up the word. So I put apple on the top. Sorry. Apple, because apple starts with A. It says A. So I'm showing you how you can use this with shapes and words and colors. You can use this to teach the alphabet too. That's a good set. Here's another play school. First words, flashcards. Again, very similar to that, but remember, we don't want them to see the word. That's a distraction. And that's jumping ahead. So we're not going to jump ahead. Hey, 2 apples. Same company, same apple. This one says red, and this one says apple. We don't care what they say because we've covered them up. This is a Crayola set. This was a real fan favorite for me teaching. Yes, I have 2 cards out of this one. Well, this one just has pictures, and it's for teaching colors. Of course, this is green, this is yellow, but I used them for what they are. This is a frog. This is an ant. Starts with A and the A sound, so I'm going to put that up here. I used them for beginning sounds. I used them for isolating sounds. I used these cards for counting how many sounds or how many syllables were in a word. Frog. You can hear the first. So, and they were called Color Connect. They are a good coloring set. You can learn your colors, but boy, I'm trying to show you that you can do a lot of things with these. Yep. So we have good, better, best. So I've pulled out some pictures for you. I have this. I told you I'd be using it. Another fan favorite from the Dollar Tree. I think all these were Dollar Tree. except for these. We're on Amazon. But I'm not going to pair them like this. A uppercase with a lowercase. The teachers do that. The worksheets do that. I'm going to kind of separate them a little bit. I kept the capitals by themselves and the lowercase by themselves. I've prepared some on these pages. These are great. They'll be using top line, midline, baseline. They'll be doing that. This is a wonderful way to do it. You can create your own worksheets. You do not need to be buying books. Often the books are too hard and too fast anyways. But look at that. So I prepared that ahead of time. But before this, I like to use sentence strips. That's what this is. This is another Amazon fan favorite. There's colored strips for another time. I always pick white, and I'll use that black marker or the pencil or the pen to write on them. Yes. Look how long they are. You can keep them long if you want to, but I cut them into different sizes. Look at that. And they become a flashcard. Yes. I have some that are blank, ready to go, but I have some that I've used and prepared ahead of time. I wrote, these are lowercase a. Here's some dotted lowercase a. Here's a set with uppercase and lowercase side by side. Just like that board. Let's talk about this board. Black marker. You start at the top. I included some red. Here's uppercase. Slant to the left. Slant to the right. Slide on the midline. Go to the top. Slant to the left. Pick it up. Go to the right. This is how I'd like you to talk while your child is writing. They do not start circles at the top. They think they do, but they don't. Start underneath, tap the midline, curve around, tap the bottom stop, pick it up, straight down. These are the words. This is the language you want to use as you're working with your child. If you're homeschooling, if you're tutoring. Yes, tutors are expensive. Programs are expensive. It's the way to do it yourself. You can beat some of these expensive programs. I am going to be giving uppercase a nap. Yeah, Wildflowers. Put them to bed. They get a nap. We're going to be using lowercase. Yep. Here it is. That's the one we're going to be using. It looks just like this. But I have to tell you, in books, you may see a circle with, it looks like a curvy line. It's got a little foot or tail. It's got a little curve. That's an A. That's a lowercase a. Yes, don't be fooled. And this is a lowercase a where you tap the midline, tap the bottom, close it up, go to the middle, but it has a little tail, kind of like that one. These are both A's. This is an A, this is an A, this is an A. They're all lowercase a's. And I'm not going to write them like this. I'm not going to write them like this, but you're going to see them. You're going to see them in books. So we had to talk about them because our brains are not going to be